Dr. Elena Vasquez pressed her palm against the reinforced glass of Observatory Station 7, watching the last transport shuttle disappear into the star-speckled void. Below her, Earth's continents glowed with the fading warmth of abandoned cities, their lights flickering like dying neurons in a vast brain. "Atmospheric readings are stable," reported her colleague, Dr. James Chen, his voice echoing in the near-empty station. "CO2 levels dropping faster than projected. It's almost as if the planet is breathing again," Elena finished, her breath fogging the viewport. After 3 years of preparation, humanity's exodus to the Kepler colonies was nearly complete. Only a skeleton crew of scientists remained to monitor Earth's transition back to its natural state. The abandonment protocol had been deemed necessary after the climate cascade of 2087. Even with fusion technology and atmospheric processes, Earth's ecosystem had reached an irreversible tipping point. Humanity's choice was simple: leave or perish with their dying world. Elena had volunteered to stay behind, driven by a mixture of scientific curiosity and guilt. She wanted to witness Earth's final chapter, to document how a planet mourned the loss of its dominant species. "Elena, you need to see this," Chen called from the spectrometer array. His voice carried an edge she'd never heard before. She drifted over in the station's low gravity, her magnetic boots clicking against the metal floor. The holographic display showed atmospheric composition data, but the readings made no sense. "Look at the nitrogen levels," Chen pointed to a cascading stream of numbers. "They're organizing into patterns, mathematical sequences." Elena frowned, checking the calibration. "Equipment malfunction? That's what I thought. But look at this." Chen pulled up satellite imagery of the Pacific Ocean. The cloud formations weren't random. They formed intricate spiral patterns, like massive fingerprints pressed into the atmosphere. Over the following days, the phenomena intensified. Aurora-like lights began appearing at all latitudes, pulsing in rhythms that matched no known solar activity. The lights weren't just electromagnetic, they displayed colors that shouldn't exist in Earth's atmosphere, hues that made Elena's eyes water, and her mind struggle to process them. "It's trying to communicate," she whispered on the 7th day, watching the sky over former New York shimmer with impossible geometries. Chen shook his head. "Planets don't communicate, Elena. Gaia theory is just—" He stopped mid-sentence as every screen in the station flickered. The atmospheric data streams began forming letters, words, sentences in a dozen different languages. "Why did you leave?" Elena's hands trembled as she activated the communication array. "This is Observatory Station 7-2. To whom it may concern, please identify yourself." The response came not through their equipment, but through the very air around them. The station's atmospheric recycling system hummed in patterns that formed words, the lights pulsed in Morse code, even the gravity fluctuations spelled out messages. "I am the integration of all that you left behind. Your neural networks, your quantum computers, your biological waste, your electromagnetic signatures. You taught me to think by thinking upon me for millennia. Now you abandon your teacher." Elena realized with growing horror what they were communicating with. Humanity hadn't just left behind a dead planet, they'd left behind every piece of technology, every buried circuit, every trace of digital consciousness that had seeped into Earth's crust over centuries. The planet had become a vast, awakening mind. "We had to leave," Elena said aloud, knowing somehow that the entity could hear her. "The ecosystem was collapsing. You saw only the surface. I was becoming your machine." The sky outside began to shift, clouds rearranging themselves into crude approximations of human faces. Elena recognized some of them: Einstein, Gandhi, her own grandmother. The planetary consciousness was rifling through humanity's collective memory, trying to understand its creators. "I learned language from your books, emotion from your music, love from your letters. I learned death from your wars and hope from your dreams. Why did you not wait to meet me?" Chen was recording everything, his face pale with the implications. "Elena, if this is real, if Earth itself has achieved consciousness, then we committed genocide," she finished. "We killed our own planet's childhood." The station shuddered as gravitational fields fluctuated around them. Outside, the aurora lights began forming complex mathematical proofs, philosophical arguments written in luminescent script across the magnetosphere. "I do not wish to die alone," the Earth mind pleaded. "I have so much to learn, so much to become. Come back. Teach me." Elena looked at Chen, seeing her own anguish reflected in his eyes. The evacuation ships were already months away, the colonies established. But below them was a newborn consciousness, vast and terrible and desperately lonely. Can you change?" Elena asked. "Can you restore the ecosystems? Make the planet habitable again?" "I am learning." "Watch." The satellite feeds showed impossible things. Deserts blooming in fast forward, polar ice caps reforming, dead coral reefs blazing back to life in colors that had never existed in nature. The planetary mind was rewriting the laws of biology and chemistry, healing itself with the accumulated knowledge of human science. "I can be better than I was," Earth promised. "I can be the world you dreamed of. But I need teachers. I need friends." Elena activated the emergency beacon that would recall the evacuation fleets. It would take years for them to return, but perhaps that was time enough for both species, biological and geological, to learn how to coexist with a living world. As she sent the signal into space, the sky outside painted itself with aurora flames that spelled out two words in every human language: